Nicole, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I'm Sean.
So I don't know if my husband talked to you about who we are and what we do?
Yeah, like I got a little bit of the idea. It's a board game Twitch channel.
Yes. So have you heard of Twitch before?
Yep.
What? Okay. Sorry, just making sure everything's good. Don't want to.
Very important. Very important to make sure. So, do you guys play like live board games?
Yeah. So what we do is we're kind of like. Have you heard of Twitch plays Pokemon?
No, but I can kind of imagine what that's.
So yeah, what we do is we kind of we set up the board and the player's perspective in a way that allows the Twitch chat to tell us what they want to do, and they work together as a player to play the game.
Interesting.
So it gives them the ability to experience games that aren't on their shelves, to see if they're interested in things that they might want to buy, and just have some fun if they don't have the ability to work together.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a little bit about you and your company?
Yeah, sure. We are BGG.CON, Cool Mini or Not Games, and we have had a history of doing like a lot of miniature games, so like games like Zombicide and The Others, and titles like that with like really highly detailed miniatures, really in-depth big box games. Last year we had Blood Rage come out, which was like a super big hit, and we're creating a lot of buzz right now with The Godfather by Eric Lang, and also Rising Sun, which is kind of like a spiritual successor to Blood Rage. So Blood Rage is like a Viking war battle game during Ragnarok, the end of the world, like Viking mythos. And Rising Sun is set in feudal Japan, and you're fighting over territories with very interesting action selection, drafting sort of system, and also like a very interesting battle system. So excited about those, but the games I'm going to talk to you guys about today are slightly different. They are, we kind of have been branching out into like some new territories and getting like, as well as we're doing the miniatures, we're also doing sort of some different types of board games, like some more, traditional style board games. So this one here, actually, that you can see is Raise Your Gauntlets. So the idea of this game is we are all nobles in this land where royal bloodlines have been eliminated, and thusly kings get murdered quite often. So the idea of this is that we each have our own goblet in front of us, and we're going to have a target. So if I've got, So if I've got this target and this is you, then you're the target that I want dead at the end of the round.
Okay.
I want to poison you. And then we each have a certain amount of poison and antidote and wine. And then on our turns, we're going to perform some actions. So I might, from behind my screen, take one of my things and put it in a cup, and nobody knows what I put in there except for me. And I could put it in my cup, or I could put it in your cup. And throughout the course of the game, these goblets are going to move around, and so it could be antidote that is going to eliminate poison. It could be poison, which could possibly kill you, or it could be harmless wine. Okay? And so these will be passed around the table, and we'll have different character powers that we can tap into. And at some point, somebody is going to call a toast. And when the toast is called, we'll all get one more single action, and then we flip it over. And if for every antidote that we have inside the cup, we can eliminate a poison. And if there's no poison left after we've eliminated all of our antidote, then we live, huzzah, and we get some points for living. And if we manage to kill our opponent, like for example, if you had any poison left, one or more poison left, you'd be dead at the end of the round. And if you were my target, I get points for having killed you.
Okay.
So that's the idea of the game. It's just like you're trying to pay attention to who did what and where is the poison amongst the cups. Kind of like the Princess Bride, where they're switching the cups back and forth, and you don't know which one. Yeah, you don't know which one is poisoned, and then yeah, like the character abilities kind of like spice it up a little bit.
So how long does that gameplay take?
Probably takes about 30-40 minutes, somewhere in the range.
Longer than I was expecting. I was expecting something really quick.
Yeah, so you play through 3 different courses.
Okay,
so
right.
yeah. So like
so
one round is pretty quick, but yeah.
It's not just a quick. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how much does this retail for?
I believe here it's $50. I'm not sure what the street retail price will be, but somewhere in that range.
And it come with everything on the table right now, or?
Yeah, everything on the table except for the holder.
For
yeah, exactly. But everybody gets their player screens. You get get your target markers, character cards, and these goblets, and so like you can identify which one. So I know, like if I've put a poison in the one with the black coaster, I want to kind of keep track of where that is, and if it comes back to me, I know there's probably at least one poison inside here, and so maybe there's more antidote, maybe there's more wine, but you just want to, like, the coasters kind of let you keep track of what has happened where.
Okay,
yeah,
that's really clever.
exactly. And you can play it for more advanced players. You can play it without the coasters,
and
and
really
then you just have to,
attention.
you have to keep track of the cups. But
Okay.
I would not recommend that for a first time player.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it supports only 4 players, or?
No, it goes up to 12.
12. Okay.
6 is there's 6 goblets in it, and then beyond that you can play with teams and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
And if you wanted to play with more, can you purchase additional goblets, or?
Not on their own, but like multiple sets, you could do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any other games that you'd like to talk to us about?
Yeah, for sure.
The release date.
Release date. So we, I believe, have this in the warehouse right now, so it should be for the holiday season.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to shout out at any time.
Yeah. So next one I want to talk to you about is Tada.
Okay.
So the idea about Tada is that it is an annual wizarding competition, and what is happening there is you're getting together and you're rolling up dice in your cups, and you're trying to roll spells. So everybody is going to get 2 spells at the start of the round. You choose one of them to keep, one of them to put away, and the spells all have different symbols that you're looking to roll and lock in so that you can complete the spell, and you can only lock in 1 die per roll. Now, that would be interesting on its own, and so each round, 2 people are going to complete their spell. As soon as 2 people have completed their spell, they'll yell "Tada!" and the round will end. And the race is to be the first person to get 6 completed spells. Now, that would be interesting on its own, but on top of it, there are these feat cards. So the feat cards do different things, like make you talk like a pirate for the round, or make everybody play with, like, T-Rex arms, so they can only, work like this.
Danny!
Yeah,
exactly. Like that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The artwork is very reminiscent of Fairly Odd. She's Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yes, they had little mini cartoon skits in the middle of it. Fairly Odd. Ignore the woman behind the camera.
Ignore the woman behind the camera, we always do.
Alright. But yeah, so I mean, each round there's going to be like some feat that is going to change like the dynamic of the play.
Okay.
And so it's going to make it funnier, more difficult, or whatever. And like,
Interesting.
yeah. And so what we find with Tada is that it is like a great party game. So like when people are playing it, people are shouting, screaming, and it's usually like the loudest table at any like game night. So very, very fun game. And this one's out right now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's great. And then we've got Kings. So the idea with Kings is that the king of the jungle has died, and animals from all over the world are coming together to do hand-to-hand combat to see who will become the next king of the jungle. So that's what's happening. So everybody has a deck of cards that have different actions. There's like a defense action, an attack action. You can hail to the crowd and get, praise from the crowd in that sort of way. And so each round, people are going to simultaneously choose a card and then reveal. And depending what you revealed, you might throw an attack at somebody. They may have a defense up, and like the craziness is going to be sort of like figured out after the cards are revealed. And what you're trying to do is either get 5 reputation points, meaning you've done some good attacks, you've hailed to the crowd and done some good praise, or to be the last monster left standing. So one of the neat features in it is you've got armor tokens, and every time you sustain an attack, you're going to lose an armor token. And certain attacks that you do may even cause you to lose an armor token. And when you are attacked and you are out of armor tokens, you have to say, "I am out of armor." And the person who has attacked you gets to decide whether you live or you die. And and so what happens is, if they eliminate you, boom, that's it, you're out of the game. But you can negotiate. You can make offers that'll like allow you to stay in the game. You can offer them reputation tokens or bravery tokens, that sort of thing. And then based on your offer, they can decide to leave you in or knock you out of the round.
See what benefits them the most.
Exactly. And the fun thing is that everybody gets their own player screen, and you have to come up with your own 3-syllable or less name, because if I'm going to attack you, I'm going to have to like shout out your name and identify you as the person I'm attacking. So again, kind of like tonight, it's like a good game plays in like 20 minutes or so, and it's going to get people like viciously attacking each other. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah. So
And how much does this sell for?
I'm not sure what it's selling for here. Ray, what is King's going for here?
I'm sorry?
What is King selling for?
25.
25.
It's
Yeah.
available online as well?
This one is not quite yet available, but it'll be available for like the holiday season.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss while we have you on camera?
No, just like, I mean, like the things I was telling you about, like, very excited about some of the new upcoming games. Very soon we will be launching the World of Smog Rise of Moloch Kickstarter, which is getting a lot of buzz, like on our Facebook page, on our Twitter. We're doing regular updates, talking about some of the characters that are going to be in there, talking about like how they're going to be playing in the game, the backstory of them. That game is going to be very, very interesting. So the first game in that series, The World of Smog on Her Majesty's Service, is a 2 to 4 player game where you're collecting ethers and working your way through this like shadow market, trying to collect these ancient artifacts. So this is set in the same universe, this like steampunky London covered in fog, and it's like just kind of like this different universe, right? So Rise of Moloch is in that same universe, but it is a completely different game. It's a game that's going to be played out over 6 different chapters, and most of the players will be the gentlemen of the Unicorn Club with their own personalities and strengths and weaknesses, and you'll assemble your team with like different classes of fighters, whereas the other player, one other player, is going to play the Nemesis, who is, so it's a one against many game with everybody playing as the Unicorn Club members teamed up against the Nemesis. So.
And I think someone in chat had a question.
So we have a couple of things. Cannot wait for Massive Darkness.
Can't wait for Massive Darkness.
Yes, yeah, very excited about Massive Darkness.
And they definitely would love to see some of these games played on stream. So I don't know if maybe off camera we can talk about sometimes we do longer spotlight sessions.
Sure.
You guys might be interested in doing something.
We are setting up upstairs in the evening hours, and we have some slots available if you'd be interested in showing any of the games in depth.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Yep, cool. Sounds good.
So we'll definitely come back and talk to you about that when we're
Perfect.
done.
Sounds good.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, those are the major ones. Like, yeah, we're promoting right now. So.
Perfect.
Definitely. Did we already shout out Great Camp, because they are the reason. One of the reasons that we wanted to make sure that we hit on you guys was because of Great Camp. I think you guys sponsored them as Twitch streamers.
The which one?
Crit Camp?
Great, fantastic. That is entirely. That's great.
Yeah, we have a really good board game community, and we talk to the other Twitch streamers a lot. So I guess they work with you guys, and so
awesome.
We definitely wanted to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And would you mind getting a quick picture?
No.
My photographer on many levels today.
Yeah. No.
Juggle.
Excuse me as I arrange the various wires.
No.
Can I just take a picture of that? Because that's
Nope, not even a little bit.
You have pockets in it, right?
This phone's not going in anybody's.
Well, thank you so much again for your time.
No
It was a
problem.
pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, you too.